that we were this really individualistic culture, that we saw the benefits of being leaders and being individual and upholding individual rights, but then we just went too far to the extreme. We just went too far with these ideas, and our individualism became selfishness. And when our individualism became selfishness, that's when our nation started to, And unfortunately in history, all great nations and all great societies eventually die out. The Greeks were a wonderful culture, a wonderful empire, and they died out. And then the Romans came along, and they had all this, they were a world empire, very powerful, and they died out. And what happens is nations start to die when people become corrupt, when people become selfish, when the morality of the nation declines, then everything is going to go into decline. So I think it's sad, but I think we're living in a country where Christianity is dying. I think our nation is falling into decay, and I think that we as a church have to kind of wake up and start realizing that we have the answer. So anyway, I mean, on the whole politics thing, is like, I'm kind of caught in a bind because I'm not sure what I think about the government healthcare program. But then I just did my taxes. I paid about 33% of my income last year went to healthcare, and health insurance and payments for doctor bills. 1/3 of every dollar, $1 out of every $3 I made, I paid it to my insurance company or to my doctor, for my family of 6. And it's just like, that's not right either. It's crazy. I couldn't believe it. I was like, now it was a good thing because I got a big deduction on my taxes. You get to deduct your, but something's not right. So we gotta, something has to change. Okay, so
people like me that if I paid health insurance, it would be more than 100%.
Really?
So I only had health insurance for 4 years, 3 years.
Yeah, it's hard. It's something got to change. But that's where, again, I mean, if you guys look at, even on this issue, all the best and greatest hospitals were started by the churches. I mean, it's not this way anymore, but did you know that Rochester Mayo, the best hospital in the world, was started by a church? The hospital where I was born, Methodist Hospital, well, Methodist, I mean, come on, it was started by a church. I mean, Christians used to be the ones that led the way in caring for the sick. And now, where are we? What are we doing? Nothing. We have no role in addressing the health needs of our society, and that's a real shame. So, okay. So any other comments about that on politics or individualism or, yeah?
No, just.
Oh, just a picture? Okay, yeah.
I think we, as a church, we're becoming more political and actually going by what the Word of God actually says what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
We're getting caught up in the business aspect of church instead of, talking about money this, money that, bills, of course we need bills, but they so concentrate and focus on money and the numbers to the point to where we're not being effective as far as what the Word of God says.
Exactly. Doing what we're really supposed to do.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And adding to that, she's saying we're so focused on the cost of things and everything. We're no longer walking by faith, but we're walking by sight. We're looking at, we can't get the funds for this. I don't want to do a church fund or building fund and rob the church, members to help fund this, or just have them believe with you. We're having to walk by faith, to get that church building or the new roof that you needed. The Lord funding that for you by you, listening and seeing what He says to do. But they don't do that anymore.
And I think it stems back to my people, which are called by my name, will humble themselves and turn from their wicked, turn from their individualism ways. Then I will hear from them. And I will heal their land.
That goes back to you when you were talking about earlier about fasting, or was that you? Talking about fasting and how it flooded, like it plugged your ears and our eyes.
Yeah.
Once we do that, it like.
So what I think needs to happen is, I think that we as the church, we as the body of Christ, we need to start taking responsibility for the problems in our society. And we need to stop saying that, that's somebody else's problem to solve, or I just got to worry about myself. We need to start looking at the really big issues in our society and start start saying, what can we do about this? What can we do about the fact that people don't have jobs? What can we do about the fact that people don't have health care? What can we do about the fact that our kids don't have good schools to go to? And rather than just waiting for somebody else to solve the problem, we need to start figuring out how we can solve these problems. And I think that that's what we're supposed to be. I mean, Jesus said, you are the salt of the world. You are a city set on a hill. You know, you're the light of the world. It's like, we're supposed to be the ones leading the way in solving these problems, but I think we've had so much of an inward focus on ourselves that we haven't thought about that.
I think also the problem is, as far as with the church, we're competing against
each other, exactly.
Instead of working together, coming together in unity, and doing what God has called us to do. And once we come together in unity and use, like I think it talks about it in Ephesians, once we come together in unity and use the body parts, you know, the parts, the different parts that we have, and do what God has called us to do to serve the people in the community, and teach them and tell them about the Word of God. Then God will do His work. God will do His part.
So what if all the churches in North Minneapolis got together and they just had a big meeting and they all said, let's talk about how we can create jobs in our neighborhoods?
I think we first got to start off with remending that gap between the community and the church. And kind of like gaining that trust back, because the community don't trust the church.
Really?
You know, so we got to figure out ways to gain that trust first.
Wow.
And how would you do that? Is that for later?
That's a good question.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's practical things that you need to think about.
We need to come together.
First we come together.
We can't go to no community
unless you're unified.
That's one thing, is like getting your own life in order so you can even provide a template of what Jesus is. Because if you're gonna go in there and be like, you know, we're gonna extend the hand of Christ to you, and like we're not. That's why I had to get stuff right with my family, because it's like I want to see, like I really think that that's the cause of so many broken hearts, is like a broken family. And if like I don't have my family like in order, like I really had to go, I call it fireproof on like my mom, and like just really just like show her love until she like just believed that I was really changed, because she didn't believe that I wanted to do anything different. So I like the movie thing.
But like she was saying too, as well as her, if there's no unity or connection amongst the different churches in this community, how can we build that bridge with the community and the church? We're not building a bridge amongst
That's right.
Number one step.
Not only that, but we need to repent.
Which would be the first step. Exactly. Ya está la comida. Okay. So, how long do we want to break?